Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's
You know the frequency, yeah. You know the frequency. Come on. You know the frequency, yeah. You know the frequency.
I've been upgrading my frequency. I've been protecting my energy. I've been upgrading my frequency. No matter what, I protect my energy.
We off the grid.
Yes. We are back. Y'all listening to the sounds of the WMB1 Radio. We are the Frequency Live on WMB1 Radio. I am your host, B. Cotta.
Double D, Derek Demers. Charlie, pissed off Perry. What's going on, man? Let's go. Let's bring it.
Charlie's in real form today.
What's up, Charlie?
Hey, man, love you too, man. Glad to be here.
Been a minute?
Oh, wait. Yeah, it's been quite a minute.
Wait a minute.
Somebody got frequent flyer miles. It's never around, man. Can't press the buttons for us.
Hey, leave me alone, man.
We needed a few weeks off. We need a little bit of a break.
Brittle break.
Yeah.
Hold on. I want to check. I need to check the mic. One thing. Check 1 2.
Jack, I don't think I'm on.
You're on. It's just that's the speaker.
Oh, okay.
So low.
All right.
Let me check right here. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Yeah, that's it. I just wanted to make sure we were on. What's going on, guys?
Man. Oh, it's like it's in this damn city.
Let's get to it. Yo, let's get right to it.
Yeah, let's get
right to it. We got topics, but we're going to get right to it. Charlie came in hot today.
What's Charlie been doing?
Well, I've been trying to get some emergency products for Cabo Verde, San Vicente, you know. They're struggling over there. 80,000 people need our help.
Mm-hmm.
And a good friend of mine from the Lima Foundation, Erica Lima, doing crazy things within hours, you know. So, thanks to Tremblay's Bus Company donating the parking lot for us. Renew Home Solutions with Julio Barboza and Nelly, you know, giving us a unit to store the stuff. End result is we had a fabulous turnout, filled up the truck.
Awesome.
You know, that was great. You know, had families from Brockton coming in, huge volunteers, you know, it was pretty good. New Bedford Live came there, you know, Channel 12, Channel 10, WBSM gave us 2 talking points. So thank you. And they're going to give another one this week again. So, you know, we had inspiring politician Renee Fernandez came, donated some hours, running for Ward 5. So vote. She was fabulous, her and her sister. Ian Abreu came. He did his thing, gave us some donations, and had a cameo appearance. He said he was going to be there, and he was. And that's it, you know. That is it.
But you came in hot, though.
Well,
you came in hot. Why are you pissed off? Let's talk about it. You came in hot.
This girl, yeah, she's from another town, but her roots are here in New Bedford.
Yeah.
And she wanted to join and collaborate with some of the associations here in New Bedford, but they steered her away. And you know, gave her some little pushback. You know, some, maybe even one. And that's a shame, because here it is that 80,000 people in Cape Verde need some help, and someone's trying to help your event, your fundraiser, and y'all pushing them back. So then they got to do it on their own. They call friends and family, call me, and guess what? I stepped up to
All right, so who's pushing them back? Like, what do you mean by push
Cape
back?
Verdean Association didn't let her latch on to the event that's going down at the Vets this Saturday. Guess what? She wanted to volunteer. She gave some assistance.
So what she wanted to do, she wanted to organize something with the Cape Verdean Association in New Bedford to help people that's in Cape Verde.
Yeah. Yep.
And they pushed them back. And their reason was why?
She's an outsider. Go figure.
Doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, it's
because she's an outsider.
There's receipts. So I don't care. I'm gonna call them all out. No good. Plagiarizing son of a gun. That's what they are. Stealing left and right, trying to make things their own. I don't know. It's crazy.
All right, we need to talk about this.
Right.
So they're pushing around. So what is it? Because people want credit? Is it? I'm trying to understand why would they do that. Like I need to know the why. It got to be more than just they're an outsider.
That's from the words of the president
of the Cape Verdean Association.
Yeah, sure. So guess what? Slacker, get out of your seat. Get out of your title. Guess what? I was on that board. Maybe I should go back on
Maybe
that
you
board.
should.
Go back on that board so I can make people accountable. How are you going to push somebody back that was trying to help out the country of Cape Verde?
Because they're an outsider. Don't you think if you get more outsiders into your association or involved or partner up with your association, that's going to bring more light into the city and what you're doing and create maybe the association much of a broader place other than just in the city?
When they're trying to fundraise and sell tickets for a dinner, they ain't saying, hey, you live in New Bedford? No, they're not saying that, are they? They're taking that $50, $100, whatever it is, and that's it. But guess what? She's a good person. When Puerto Rico was struggling years back, she did that fundraiser at New Bedford Police and helped them out. Puerto Rico is happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now she's trying to do it here. And guess what? Charlie ain't done with you folks. I don't care who you are, with your friend, family, I'm going to call you out. And guess what? Don't be sending me nothing to my inbox to spend some money on it. If it's for Cape Verde, yeah, I'll do it. But it's for your association, just leave me out.
You would think they would more people on deck to help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to back up the truck a little bit, because I didn't know about this.
Mm-hmm.
Did something happen in Cape Verde where they're in such need of things?
Hurricane Erin, I believe it was.
Oh, so just recently.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just, probably a week and a half.
Yep.
So devastated San Vicente. And San Vicente, see, I learned today that their soil, it's not regular soil where a tree can take deep root in. It's like clay. So what happens when clay gets wet? It slides like a mudslide.
Yeah.
And so that's what it's doing all over the island. And it struck like at night.
Wow.
So people are sleeping. That's why probably 9 or so people are dead. But the whole island's affected.
Damn, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. There's a big. It's crazy. Like Cape Verde is. I mean, Cape Verde is a very, how else you could say, as poor.
Yep,
as you can get as far as any third world country.
Like what's it? Sal has 5-star hotels.
Yeah,
there's different islands.
Playa is a little bit.
Pryor is like what was the stats today? Out of 600,000 people in the country, 250 in Pryor, 250,000. So
I need to get back. Like I want to understand. Like in this area, you're so Cape Verdean proud, right?
Yeah.
Supposedly, you're so Cape Verdean proud. And I have I there's certain things in the culture that I really paid attention to that where I feel like as proud as I am as being a Cape Verdean, there's some negative stuff that needs to be addressed as far as the whole culture in itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that mindset of you're an outsider or we're better than you or you're not good enough is a lot of that in this Cape Verdean culture. And I know people are gonna push back on me, and I'm not like deep into the culture, but I'm deep into enough to understand like this. Like every culture has their negative thing. It's not just an attack on Cape Verdean culture, but we are a beautiful community, but we also are a small community. Yeah. So why not have outside help? We have a lot of good people of Cape Verdean descent in Rhode Island, in Brockton, in Boston, up in the Cape area. We should all come together as one, not separating it through cities. especially if you want to help your relatives or your descendants in the country. So there's a lot of things that I got beef with when it comes to our culture, because it's almost like we're keeping ourselves down.
Yeah. And we have there's we want to talk about inclusive, but we're there's a bunch of division amongst the island, but here it is. This is just a small city.
This for an example, Portuguese feast is very successful, right?
Yep.
Right. They all work together, right?
Yep.
When you go to that Portuguese feast and you watch that parade, do you just see people of Portuguese descent in that parade? No, I see Irish. I see all kinds of people, because they're all coming together as a community, supporting a certain culture in our community. So we should be welcoming that, you know, into our culture, not separating and saying because y'all not Cape Verdean or y'all not Cape Verdean of New Bedford, you know, where like you're not allowed in. That mindset is like, I think that you're trying to you're trying to be a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
To have control.
Exactly. Perfect. Because that's what it was. It was control of an event that it's that you're asking people to volunteer. Well, a foundation with some money, with some credibility is saying, hey, I want to help out. And it's got to call me, got to call Charlie to help out. And it's like, why? We shouldn't have to have done our own drop-off thing. She should have been able to just latch on, and guess what? What we filled that truck up with could have been down there on Saturday. Even the Brockton Association, you know, Moses Rodriguez running for mayor of Brockton, he came down. Right? So he's not from here, but he's here. Loading up, helping out.
Got to work together.
Yeah.
Like anything really.
And actually organizing an event that he has in Brockton, because he has it on his phone and he's like checking it out and things are going nice and smooth. So I don't know. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry the way I feel right now. And I'll call them all out. But
so tell me, why are you upset? Why does it upset you personally?
It upsets me because it's Cape Verde in a massive crisis and someone's willing to help, and y'all like saying no. I don't get it. You're saying no. And
how old is this individual? I don't even know who's the president of I know people that are on the committee.
Older than me. Yeah.
You think that's the problem?
Yeah, I think all boards should be just like Moses Rodriguez. You got 5 stars today. He said there should be a group of 30, 40, 50, 60. And then the older generation, because those older people, well, guess what? They have some financial stability to kind of make a quick donation. All right, look, I'm going to donate to the cause. We need this, we need that. Just to keep things balanced in the beginning, right? But it should be that 30, 40 years old. Like with Erica, she's younger, right? Mm-hmm. She got a huge following, a huge base. They're from all over the place. She's doing videos, everything. She's doing all kinds of stuff in her foundations and
she probably understands the way things are now in society today to get people to come and donate. It's almost goes on to if we look at our federal system where we got too many old people that's been the gatekeepers of how things work, and you're holding progression.
Mm-hmm.
You're holding progress, within our community to grow, because you're just stuck in your ways. You think the way you've been doing it all your life is the way things are. The world changes. The world is changing. You have to change with it and adapt with it, or you're gonna be left behind, and that's what's gonna happen.
Hey, I don't care. Young people can take over. Guess what? Do their thing. I'll be the old OG on the porch watching you guys do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Twerk in the corner, smoke in the corner, shoot some hoops in the corner. I don't care what it is. I will be there and watch them because they can get things done very easily. Their following is crazy. One kid comes today, he's I forget how old he is, but he's about 29, 30 years old. Poland Springs water from the front to the back. Went to Market Basket, bought all kinds of stuff. They just loaded in there. You couldn't even see the back seat. And guess what? Well, I don't have a backache, but that water was heavy, man.
Water's like picking up paper. You ever pick up paper?
But diverse, a very diverse and inclusive group of different ages is a plus. So guess what? After today, there's going to be another Cape Verdean association in the city, and it's coming. And myself and Erica, we're going to get it started. A few others. So you know what? I'm not saying you have competition. I'm just saying we're going to get things done.
I think, like, I know a few people that's on that committee, and I think, all due respect,
I was on that board.
Was you? Like, how? Like, I've heard stories of they're just set in their ways.
Yeah,
they're just set in their ways, and they don't understand that the world is, this city's changing.
Oh, it is.
This city's changing.
Yeah,
and you got to change, right? You have to change. You got to evolve. You can't react. You got to be proactive, or because you're gonna be left behind. Even things like, I remember a particular person who was on the committee, I think they're still on the committee, was talking about the route of the parade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And one thing that to get more people of the city to be involved in the Cape Verde community, instead of ending it where it ends, end at City Hall.
Mm-hmm.
So you're ending it, and you're ending at City Hall, where more people are probably more comfortable around the city to come
mm-hmm.
and enjoy the festivities and the culture. Right? To get people more involved and more interested. That's a great idea, because you want the whole city to experience our culture. Just like we'll go to the Portuguese feast and that's crowded and everybody. Why can't we have that?
Yeah.
You know, there's a reason. There's something they're doing that we're not. You know, and we have to look ourselves in the mirror and being like, we're not doing what we need to do. It's getting better. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I think that we need more newer blood within this and which will bring newer ideas to get people more interested in the culture, to celebrate it. And how you do that is to get people from outside also.
And just to understand that the Madeira feast is worldly known.
Yes.
It's breaking records all over the world every single year, practically, for the past 4 or 5 years. They've been making records as far as sales. There may be alcohol sales, but it's still it's the biggest feast in the world, Portuguese feast.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's a lot of good, like, I know of a lot of good artists in the Rhode Island area. Even there's a lot of people of Cape Verdean descent that's really doing big things from this area.
Yeah.
That you could just try to gravitate to, like someone like Wal G. Shout out to Wal G and the DJ.
Yeah,
he's I remember he first started DJing here. Now this guy is an international DJ. When I'm saying international, I'm talking about international.
Yeah,
and he, like, I remember when he first DJ too. He is amazing. And you're not tapping into that.
No, yeah.
Maybe you don't know because y'all a little bit older.
Yeah. No, we use
not you, but
I get
the people in the committee. Like, you have an international DJ who's in and out of this city on a consistent basis because he has family here, and you're not tapping into that.
Yeah. Look at Elena Montero, 7 million followers, Cape Verdean.
Yep.
Family house right on Purchase Street.
Yep.
So it's crazy.
You know how many music artists that comes out of here? I mean, my brother Sterling. Everybody knows Sterling Sounds. Like, he has connections deep in the Cape Verde community, where that's a connection that you could use to try to get other big popular Cape Verdean artists to come in here and show support of the community instead of just keeping it here. and get people to come in the city and enjoy the city of Cape Verdean descent.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, you came in hot today.
Hey, man, look, 7:29. I took enough of this Frequency Live subject matter, so let's get with it, man. I know you guys are brainstorming. You got.
Well, that's a good. That was a good topic, though.
Thank you.
About helping out the community, Cape Verde. I mean,
yeah, it's important.
Yeah,
but,
it's very important. Like I like having conversations like this, even though it's we're talking about a negative part, what's going on, but it needs to be said. Sometimes we need to call each other out.
Yeah,
to really have the conversation of, the dynamic within our culture that's holding ourselves back. I think I'm noticing it's like that in every culture. Every culture has a thing that's holding themselves back. And certain cultures are doing something that we're not doing, and they're being successful and we're not. We need to learn from each other, from other cultures, because we, especially in this area, there's only certain parts of the country that have big Cape Verdean cultures. So there's no excuse why you shouldn't all come together. I understand some people are more deep into it than others, but a situation like this where you have a committee where that's their focus and they don't want to partner up with somebody to help people in the island you swear you love so much.
Yeah. It's
like that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, right here.
So I'm maybe there's more of a reason, and maybe that person's welcome to come on a Frequency Live and explain your reason. But I don't know.
Speaking of that, Renee Fernandez running for Ward 5 councilor. She wants to come on.
She wants to come on?
Yeah. So
great.
Just
I want to get all these ward councilors. We need I need it's on me where I gotta push this because I want to get all these ward councilors in here and really, let's get some young questions. Some
Let's make it happen. We got now till November.
Yeah.
Why not?
What we want to start with, D?
I say we start with Trump bringing the National Guard to cities like DC.
We'll go right from the.
Let's just dig right in, okay?
Do you want me to start my?
Yeah, no, Gad, you can start.
All right. Well, you already this may seem is going to be very controversial. I think there's multiple reasons why Trump is doing this. And I don't think it has anything to do with crime. Because there's more states in this country has worse crime issues than DC. DC
is pretty bad.
It used to be. It used to be worse.
It used to be worse, yeah. It used to be worse.
Yeah, it used to be bad, but it's gone down. And we're going to show why crime even exists, in my opinion. But I think that he's taken the opportunity. I think those 4 years that when Biden was in office, I think this was all strategic. I think him and his team developed a plan to how to avoid the Constitution, how to avoid doing things the moral way without being held accountable. I feel like this seems to me that he's going to make DC almost his fortress.
That's a stretch, bro.
Why is it a stretch?
Well, because I feel like, I don't know that. I think that it is about crime. Because I think that you're going to see that he's going to go to Chicago, to New York. Can we agree that some of these big cities are overrun with crime?
And why?
You tell me. You said you had the answer.
What causes crime?
You think it's because people are poor?
People.
So
y'all being reactive instead of being proactive.
Listen.
So go ahead.
That's part of it, right? When someone can't feed their family, or whatever, they might steal something to try to get money. I'm talking about people beating the shit out of people just because they want to beat the shit out of people. That's like crime.
So what?
So that's not because it's they're poor. That's because they're assholes.
You don't think that if cost of living is not as high as it is, that it will lower crime?
I mean, I agree that's probably a piece of the pie, but I mean, people are doing things just because they're assholes, not because they can't feed their family. Because we're talking about like a lot of times we're talking about 16, 17, 19, 20-year-olds.
So
just out there causing trouble.
Because there's they don't got no jobs. There's nothing to do. Y'all taking resources off of programs. It's like it all comes together.
Listen, we can agree to disagree. I think that's a little bit. I think crime is.
I think it's most of it.
It runs rampant.
So, do you think that in the big ugly bill, it gave $45 billion to ICE agents, right, to do what they need to do? They're actually recruiting people to be these agents. Doesn't that seem like it's like a private army, and it's using the same type of people, same type of agents to go into DC, which he can, because it's not actually a state, it's a District of Columbia. It sounds like you created your own private army, and you're using this loophole in the law that it's not a state, that you're able to take control of an area which is around the White House and call it crime. There's a lot more higher crime area in this state that you can, if you want to do it this way, you could do it this way to stop crime. And most of those states are Republican states.
Have at it, dude.
Go
clean up the cities.
He's not, because only way you could clean up the cities is for people to have jobs to go to and people to have money.
Yeah, but I'm not following that. Like, I get it if people don't have jobs. If I was unemployed, it's not going to make me go out and harass people.
Because you have people that has resources you could depend on.
No. If I didn't have a job and I couldn't feed my family, like I said, I get it if people were stealing a TV so they can sell it to make money, or selling drugs so that they can make money. You know what I'm saying? Like Tupac in his song, people do a crime because they have to, whatever.
Yeah,
okay,
it's true.
But I'm talking about like there's people carjacking people and just wreaking havoc because they want to. They got nothing to do with the money that they don't have, because they got money in their pocket. They have money to buy illegal guns and drugs. They have money for that. They're just out there causing trouble. I mean, Charlie, is that not what happens out there? I mean, you were an officer for 30 years.
Yeah, they do it for kicks, and I don't know what they would call it now, but they would, hey, this carjack the next person that comes in.
Right.
It's carjack, whatever. They do it. I mean, so I understand that. But I also know that DC police is very capable of handling that. So National Guard, I'm just worried about that. There's a certain type of training or a certain type of mentality you have to have as a police officer dealing with the public. And I just think that the men and women of the National Guard may not have that. However, there are many of them that are actually law enforcement people. So they can probably be able to go into the communities and be able to act like a police officer in the town. I mean, in the city, in the district, rather. But I know when they talked about, well, let me just give you, when we had murder investigations in the city, the detectives were in the city. We were just ready, but we're not in control of those crimes. The state police and the district attorney are in charge of it. So we may want to do something, but we have to kind of do it collectively and end up trying to solve the crimes. But sometimes the philosophy from the district attorney's office and the state police may not be something that we particularly like. However, they're running the show. They got the reins. So, but anyways, I don't. As far as National Guard in the city, I just really don't care for it. But it's the one district that Trump has all the right to do this. 100%.
I mean, it depends. If you listen to some news station, they'll tell you that the streets are safe or whatever. But I was reading a lot of articles about this. There's a lot of like Democratic voters in DC, okay, that say, when this ain't safe. So a lot of them are fine with the National Guard going in to like protect their streets. And I think, you can't be afraid to like walk your streets at night.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I think we need to do something about it. I'm fine. I'm fine with it if it's going to protect people and make the streets safer.
Well, DC has a reputation of being a very high crime city. But however, they bring it up that, crime has been drastically low to its lowest in almost a decade. So,
do you think that him doing this is going to stop crime?
No, I don't. It's like any other place. All right. So you saturate an area with police, and in this case, National Guard, it's just going to move somewhere else.
So what are we doing?
Yeah. So I completely agree with you. We need to have, my opinion, longer sentences. But these people that are causing this trouble, they go in jail and they're out the next day.
But they're like, and that's my problem with this administration and that mindset. That's being reactive. But you got to understand, like I look at it in a way of, where is it starting? Because you put that person in jail, there's someone coming right behind him. And there's a reason why it comes coming behind them. So how do we stop, how you lower crime? Not by just fear mongering, putting everybody in jail. People are resulting in crime for a reason.
So you tell me, how do you stop it?
Honestly, cost of living is high in this country. When people are doing crime, but what they majority of crime, not all, because nothing is 100%. Majority of crime is the fact that people are trying to live.
I don't see that at all, dude.
I don't see that at all. So you think people are just going to go out saying, I'm going to go out here, I'm just going to kill somebody?
No, because people don't have morals. People, you want to like nip it in the bud,
Morals doesn't pay the bills.
But if you have morals, you're not going to go carjack someone because you're poor. Because
you will.
No, you won't. Dude, you'll find a job. You'll hustle.
There's no jobs.
Dude, there's people hiring every day
to a wage that you cannot even live. The rent is out the yin yang.
I understand that. I think
you understand that, but you want to ignore it. If rent, you can't even afford to live in a 2-bedroom, working full time. You're gonna have to result to crime. You don't think that is like, it's funny where it's crime where you have these rich cheat on their taxes, that's crime, and they're making millions and millions of dollars. That's okay. Why people are trying to survive, because when people result to selling drugs, or you have girls selling themselves and everything like that, they're doing it because they're trying to get money to live. America is getting too expensive to live.
But I think just my opinion, a woman selling themselves to make a couple of dollars.
Yeah.
As illegal as that is, right?
Yeah.
They got to do what they got to do to put food on the table. But that's not the crime that I'm talking about, like carjacking and beating the piss out of someone like that. That's
so you want to ignore someone a person beating themselves up and putting themselves in harm's way. That's okay.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, I'm talking about like crime. Like I'm talking like
there's a lot of criminal things that people do to make money.
So
there's nothing that this president is doing. I can see if this president is putting out programs and help. He's cutting education. He's cutting resources. He's cutting Medicaid. He's cutting SNAP benefits. What do you think is going to happen when you cut these resources where there's no jobs, and then you got technology coming in and taking away jobs? Go to the supermarket. You go to the supermarket, they're pushing you to go to self-checkout line. There's less cashiers. And those are entry-level jobs.
Yeah,
so
I hate that.
Funding for education got so he has to give it out where it was stopped. I forget the article, but so a judge ruled on that, and that so that educational part, all that money he took away has got to be restored back to the states, the districts, and all that.
Yeah.
That was just decided.
But why even do that? Why are colleges so expensive? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, why are you taking programs out of high school? You know, like things of that nature. These kids got nothing to do.
So, because you're referring this to like Trump's his actions or something.
I'm not just focus on Trump. I'm talking about the whole
before that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So my point is gonna be crime was going. We're talking about DC. Crime was really high back before Trump was even.
Oh, a long time. It used to be worse. So it used to be worse.
It's not the programs that he's doing. I think it's just crime. It's people in general.
But my thing is, if you want to do this, fine. But also implement programs that will be proactive too. You want to be reactive, but also be proactive. So we're not going to continue being reactive and putting military personnel in our streets. He's not doing anything to help the unfortunate.
I'm going to disagree in the sense of like, and I think you're along the lines with me a little bit. Like, if I stepped out of line when I was younger, my father I would know about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I didn't take the path of causing trouble in the neighborhood, right? Mm-hmm. So that was like instilled in me at an early age, right? And now, like, I would never do that, you know, because that's how I was brought up. So you want to talk about, like, instead of being reactive, being proactive, I think we need to have better father figures. We need to have better kids. Need to be raised better so they don't take those paths. Because
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, because I get the whole money thing, right? If you don't have a job, you don't get it. You might steal something so you can sell it, put food on the table. I get that. I'm not justifying. I'm saying I get that. But like, raping someone get you no money. Like there is so much crime out there that people aren't doing it for money. Mm-hmm. They're doing it because they love the life of crime. So how do we not have them go down that path? I think there needs to be more father figures. The kids need to be raised better.
But how do you do that? How do you get that? How do you get that? You got to understand there is a beginning, middle, and end. And we're so focused on the end and not begin. Like, why isn't there more father figures? And if there is, and if they are, why are they more celebrated? Why is it, why is it like our high school sports is not as good as it used to be? Because kids don't play anymore. Well, why is it why like there's a lot of things that goes on in the system that these kids are going into the streets and they can't even navigate their feelings.
Yeah,
they can't even navigate or react and have some emotional intelligence to be embarrassed.
Yeah,
because as soon as you embarrass me, I'm gonna shoot you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's no resolution from the very extreme cases or arguments or disagreements to the very simple ones. It could be taking a phone away from a kid.
Yeah,
they go and think it's the most horrendous crime that's ever been committed to them. And I want my phone. And I mean, we've seen it in the school, and we're going to talk about that. But a big kid, he punched that teacher and assaulted her, and because she took his phone, and he was
why is there phones in school? And here's my thing too. I heard that these kids don't even use their locker anymore.
No.
Why?
Oh, well, everything they want is on them. They want.
No, stop conforming to them. Is like, here's the thing. I remember they give you a locker, and you got to remember it, right?
Yep.
You're exercising your mind. That's part of teaching and learning. Why are we conforming to their comfortability? And it has a lot to do with the parents. It has a lot to do with the parents because they want to let this technology raise them. That's lazy parenting. Don't have kids then.
And I always you talk about remembering your locker number, right? You give them one of these, they'll know it from A to Z.
Yeah.
So this is a computer, right? I think it is. And they go through it, and they're master technicians of this. So, but give them a sheet of a sheet of paper or give them something on a Chromebook. All right, I want
They
you to
can't write
read
cursive.
Yep. I want you to read this, comprehend it. And it's 5 sentences.
Yeah.
And they can't do it.
They can't do it.
But this is how many gigabytes, whatever it is, and they know A to Z, know what every program it is. So sometimes there's too many excuses in society that we give our kids. And now, don't get me wrong. There's some that that are part of the spectrum, and guess what? Yeah, but there's a lot of laziness that is going on outside the spectrum. I mean, there's a guy that I just listened to him on YouTube. He's part of the spectrum, but he got a PhD. Kid I had on my podcast, Nathan Regal, graduated from BCC and Bridgewater, got degrees, right? So all I'm getting at is that, we're going to talk about phones in the school, right?
We had,
I just think that it's...
Yeah, I hear you, Charlie. We had programs like, remember the Scare Straight program?
Yeah.
Where they'll bring younger kids into jail.
Yeah, we went to
and you have these inmates talk to you about their mistakes and everything like that. And really, like, if you want to use fear, that's the right fear of having to get. So give these kids something to think about when they go home, when they act up. I have to go in there with that dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we coddle these kids to a point where now when they're adults and they go into society, they don't know how to handle their emotions, but now society is going to force you to be accountable. You're not going to, mommy and daddy's not going to be there. And I think that's a piece of why you have crime.
So just to piggyback on that, and I believe this, these kids aren't getting long enough sentences. So to deter, to your point about fear, if they went to jail for, oh my God, that kid around the block had to do 2 years because he, carjacked or stole something. I don't want to do that. But when they're out in 2 days, they're like, fuck it, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to go to jail.
Be honest with you.
It's not a crime until you get caught. And so a lot of times things don't get caught.
They don't get caught.
Until.
But also people that's been in, like, I know a person who's been out of jail all his life and he's comfortable with it.
That's all they know. Yeah.
Like there's people where that's a totally different community. Some people will go to create they'll create to do a crime just to go to jail for the winter.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I was just gonna say that. Yeah. I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
And then when they come out, you see how they act.
Yeah.
Like there's a thing where someone who been in jail a lot, when you're talking to them, right? This is a jail thing that I've been told. I never been to jail, but this is what been told, where they don't, when they're having a conversation with somebody, their back's got to be to the wall.
Yeah.
So because they're so used to, you're not going to set me up. So their back's got to be to the wall. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And so he'll feel safe to have a conversation with you. If not, he's not going to be able to feel safe to have a conversation with you. That's jail mentality.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's so you could say, oh, bring them to jail because it's supposed to be what is jail called? The House of Corrections.
Mm-hmm.
Correction what? What are they correcting? What are they correcting?
Yeah.
All you doing is inciting more of the pain and the animal in the person.
Some people are learning a lot.
But what is it?
Yeah.
What is the alternative? Like, when people do a crime, they go to jail. So we need to rehabilitate people.
Yes, we do.
Better, faster, whatever it is. But how do you get to that point?
Like I said, number one, we got to have a mindset where we only got to be reactive. We got to be proactive, because even if you put one criminal in jail, there's another one coming through the same environment.
Right. So that's my point. When I say like proactive, it's starting early in the household.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it starts early childhood, because
that's what I'm saying.
Because that kid is going to be a father. That little girl is going to be a mother.
Right. Early.
So programs that in school that you need to fund instead of eliminating that, you know what I'm saying? Things like home ec. Learn how to cook.
And it's got to be a combination of a bunch of things,
Short class.
Yeah.
Boom.
I always said it needs to be school, the parent, and the student. if or in cases of the government. No, it's got to be a triangle. There has to be something there where everybody's kind of doing the same thing. But
I gotta say,
at 15 years old, 14 years old, let me even go further down. From 12 years on, 12 years up, you need to stop paying attention and make your child's schedule accountable. Where are you? What are you doing? You're at practice.
No, what do you
do? And it needs to happen that way. You have to show, because there's a lot of men, there's a lot of young boys, young girls that are getting in trouble because they don't have that type of schedule.
Yeah, and I haven't
accountability.
You're right. So to piggyback on what you said, know what I would do? Number one, the way society is now. Number one, I would have kids go school year round. Right?
I never objected to that, because I think that it's you can do. I mean, they're breaking out as it is. Yeah. I really think that school vacation is not for the kid. School vacation is for the staff.
So that's what I'm saying. So I would say kids got to go year round. So you got your holidays, right? But you got add like 4 weeks for each season. So you got your summer. Maybe you could put summer for like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Right. But then you got your winter, you got your fall, and you got your spring vacations, right? Then you got your little holidays, and maybe you have a week here and there for teacher whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you spread out the curriculum, right? So you could teach more, right? You can have more. And then I think in every school, every kid has to be part of an activity, after school activity.
Well, they do that in the parochial school, like Catholic school.
You have to
be involved with something.
Whatever. If it's sports, if it's drama, if it's whatever, you have to be part of an activity to be involved in something.
I'm fine with that.
And it makes it easier for a kid to find their tribe, because not everybody's an athlete, not everybody's a drama, but you find your tribe that you're gonna cater to that's doing something positive. You gotta find your tribe. So I think, and then by the time they go home, you don't have time to go out and hang out on the streets, and now you go home, and everyone has to have some type of homework. Maybe like you got 5 major subjects. So you got Monday is math day, math homework. Tuesday is social studies homework. You know what I'm saying? Have a more of a curriculum that is teaching these kids, and it doesn't have to be all the way up through high school. It could be like, it can't be all the way up to high school.
It's
maybe your senior year you have some leniency because you gain some type of maturity. Because you got a lot of kids that could deal with going to college or finding a trade. You know what I'm saying? So I think it needs to be more structured. I feel, and where I get this idea from, when I worked for UPS and I was delivering to UMass Dartmouth, right? It was on my route. This is years ago, and this is me observing things. And I was delivering during the summertime. School's out, nobody's in school, right? So I have to go through the library to go get this pickup and everything like that. And know who I see in the summer studying during the summer? Indians and Asians. That's all I saw. So these kids are going to take classes and staying at UMass, getting an education still year round. And you can see how successful those cultures are.
And they're learning. I mean, they're living off campus, but they're utilizing the facilities. And let's just face it. Like if they decide, all right, Charlie, you got to move to Montana, work related, school related, whatever it is. I don't know anybody out there. So the only thing I can do is study. And that's the case with their cultures. They're coming from another country. They come here, another part of this country, and they come in here. And so that's all they can do. And they're held accountable by their families. If you're not successful in school, you're going to be looked upon differently by your own parents, your own family. So you have that pressure as it is to be successful.
What about this, Polly? I want to know your opinion. This might be extreme. What about at a certain point where if your kid gets in trouble the way it does, find the parent.
They talk about that before, right?
Find the parent.
Yeah.
So, it really incentivizes parents right off the jump to be parents, because you're going to be held accountable for the choices your kids make, and your choices kids are making, but the influence that how you teach them. That it may be to the extreme, but if you affect a person's pockets, they're going to affect the situation, so it doesn't affect them.
But I mean, if they can't afford it, like the fine, right? If they can't afford the fine, because they talked about this before.
Oh, they can't afford the fine, then guess what? You and Junior, Missy, do some community service. It's got to be some. That's how they get off it anyways. That's how. All right, well, you can't afford it. Well, you got to do something, and so community service might be the thing.
And I'd say do community services, meaning cleaning up the city you live in.
Well,
I'm fine with that. I just, I'm thinking, I'm trying to like say this the right way. I think it depends on who would say that. Because I feel like, for instance, if Trump said, "Yo, your crime, you're gonna do community," they would call him racist, right?
Why? I wouldn't look.
I look at it like that
because I would respect him more than what he's doing right now.
Well, I feel like even to go back 20, 25 years ago, and you'll remember this, Charlie. I feel like I remember when the Sheriff Hodson put people out in the community to go put his inmates in the community to clean up parks and whatever, and people were complaining about that get the chain gang and racist.
Well, I was one of them that was going at him. So,
he didn't pick people to go. He asked people, "Hey, who wants to go work in the community?" And I'll go. I'll get out of jail. I'll go do it. So they volunteered to do it. Yet people complain, cleaning up our city, cleaning up the parks, baseball fields, so in springtime the kids can have.
Well, no. See, the thing is, I'll agree with those lesser offenders that have so-called orange jumpsuits and they're doing their thing, they're cleaning up the highway. I get that. But I'm not going to have someone that's been committing armed robbery doing things like that.
Yeah, it got to be a certain. You're right.
And in the case of the sheriff, they wanted chains on their feet.
No,
I'm sorry, I can't have that.
No, you're
perception
right.
is very and maybe it may. I just don't like that. Being a black man, I'm not going to go for that.
No,
so I agree with that. So I feel like probably in most things that we discuss, there needs to be a happy medium. Right. When we talk about like Trump, then we need to find more common ground, happy medium. Because I'm fine with these inmates cleaning up our parks or our highways.
If you're not a non-violent criminal, all right. Because I agree. I don't want no chains. I don't even want you wearing like any type of jump shoes to recognize you like.
Well, hold on. I mean, I see them cleaning up the highway. They have orange shoes on, but they're not.
Well, that's more. I think that's more safety thing too, because they
safety. That's what I'm saying. So it's not. The orange thing is just kind of a safety thing.
Yeah.
Plus, I think when people they allow them to go, it's like people that are almost finishing their sentence. Like you're not gonna like run away, when you have like 2 months to go.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't think they're letting out hardened criminals of rape and I think it's just so like I'm fine with that. So just to go back to what you're saying is like even community service, because that's what that is in a sense. Get people out doing community service.
I mean, look, if you remember, I don't know if I know Berto's a Boy George fan. He was,
you really want to
community service. Guess what? He had to clean the sidewalks. He had to paint the sidewalks. But he was picking up all kinds of stuff. And but here it is, a millionaire painting the curb.
Fire hydrants.
Yep, he was doing all that stuff, and they gave it to him. So but anyways, I just community service and trying to pay back after you did bad. I get that. Let's do it. But the chains, not something I really truly want.
I agree with that.
I just got a text from a person I was on vacation with, and He was asking me this artist to listen to. Yo, anybody out there, you gotta listen to Bele. Bele, he's a Latin artist. Oh man,
Yeah.
That's my dude right there. But anyway,
Yeah.
shouting out
Check 'em
Bele.
out. Let me see.
All right, what's next on the topic? What do we have next? I gotta look at my.
Well, I mean, you had something close to that. I don't know if you want to talk about it or not.
Let me ask you this. I always speak on this. Is capitalism? Yeah, capitalism.
Yeah.
Is that part of our problem in this country? Is our capitalist system more of a detriment than it was to, because I believe that it built this country.
Yeah, so I don't think it's a problem because it's kind of tied into so many things. If you want to be successful, that's part of the reason you want to be successful is based on capitalism, whether you're producing it or whether you're trying to make it. I just think that it's part of the American way. Are we going to get rid of it? No. It's but I don't think it's a problem in this country, in this world. I really don't, because it's something we all dream of, or something we are inspiring. It all involves capitalism, including a higher education. All right, you're trying to get a high education for what? For capitalism, or at least a version of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I just think that it's not a problem.
So, I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
What do you think about the guy running for mayor of New York? Because isn't he like complete opposite of capitalism?
It's
like Mudani.
I don't know the names.
Mudani or something.
All right, yeah. I truly haven't followed him. I can't really quote on it, but like I said, I don't have any problem with capitalism. To get rid of it, guess what? Y'all are a lunatic. So should you be elected? No.
Well, that's a crazy thing, is he's like leading in the polls,
Yeah,
like substantially.
Who's this you talking about?
Could be the mayor of New York. So right now, Eric Adams is there.
Yeah,
right. He's an incumbent.
Yeah,
right. Former police guy, right? And he's like way down in the polls, and you got this like socialist guy leading by a long shot. I'm just like, wow, I can't believe that they're gonna elect a socialist.
That's New York's fault, because how do you not get another candidate to run for that famous city? How do you not get someone else to run? Are you just gonna, just because he's out there? All right, that's your choice. No, we talked about this before, that I want choices. Why can't I have more choices of who I want to vote for? You voted Republican. Maybe you want another Republican, right? Democrat, whatever. We wanted more choices. So here it is. New York has an opportunity to. Someone's got to step up to the plate, and no one is. So shame on them. You get what you get, and if that's who you want, and guess what? He can preach all he wants. He can preach everything that he wants. No capitalism, blah blah blah. Guess what? He still has to go through the rules and regulations of the state of New York to get it accomplished. Is he going to get it accomplished? Probably not. But I hate people that waste our time. Why would you bring up that why would that candidate bring up that subject when it's foolish? It's foolish. You can't talk about not having capitalism or just doing away with it in this country. It's the foundation of this country is basically capitalism. Yeah, all the way around. So,
well, I mean, I'm hoping that I think there's like maybe like 5 or 6 of them. I'm hoping they all drop out except for Eric Adams.
Yeah.
So because it's I think it's like Mudani or whatever his name is, leading by a lot, and then everything is kind of like spread out. So if they all drop out, Eric Adams will hopefully get a bunch of that, and he can beat this guy. But I mean, I don't live in New York. I just would hate to see it happen.
Yeah, it's that city is too essential to just go to anybody. I mean,
I heard that New York City was built on some socialist policies.
Yeah.
For it to become, and it was fueled by capitalism and immigration.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why that city is so great and everything like that. But I think it's gone too much of a. I believe in some little bit of socialism. Just like there is a minimum wage, there should be a maximum wage.
Yeah.
Just to keep the cost of living, keep products and things down. Because the more more money people make, and you get like, if like, for an example, we are a country that has the most millionaires and billionaires,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
That means that 1% has most of the money.
Yeah.
Right. So the gap between the have and have not is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and which is causing more cost of living to be more expensive, more and more expensive. So I don't want to get rid of capitalism, but I believe there should be a little bit of socialism, because we cannot depend on people to have moral values to being like, hey, I got enough money. Why do I need the niggas' money? But know what they're going to do? They're going to spend $52 million on their wedding for one day, which Jeff Bezos did. $52 million for one day. And we are celebrating it. There got to be some little bit of, goes, don't you think he'd probably have a nice wedding if it was 25 million?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, what would 25 million do for a lot of people?
10 grand is.
So this is why this is why that candidate has a chance, because capitalism is becoming more people's detriment than success. It's harder to become successful. In this country, they said, all right, go get an education. Education is out the box, right? And they could do it. Why? Because of a capitalist system,
mm-hmm.
right? But now you get an education, and now you're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for great educations, and now there's no jobs. Then now you're in debt, right? Now you gotta. We could have a conversation with that, where, all right, how am I supposed to get a job to able to live, pay this debt off, create a retirement,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
This is what I mean.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. And people don't like that word socialism. That wouldn't happen if you had a little bit of socialism. Like, for an example, I'm not saying like, why do a person needs $10 billion? Why don't you just cap it at 5 billion? If you just cap it at 5 billion, you're still a billionaire. You're still going to live good. Still live nice. 5 billion.
But our country's not based on someone controlling what you make. So it would
but why not?
You're still forming that kind of like, what's it? You're still forming some kind of hierarchy to control your money.
No, because I like, again, I'm not saying you don't let them have them, but that where that money goes is now you can have everybody has free healthcare. Funnel that money into free healthcare, like funnel that money into infrastructure, funnel it into safety, funnel that money to all those things. I'm not saying give it to people.
Yeah.
But
I think free healthcare can happen in this country.
Yeah, it should happen. But why isn't it? Because I feel like you have this 1% where in this country where they have most million billion have most of the money that will pay for it. How much healthcare can half of Jeff Bezos' wedding costs that will help people? How it will help people?
It will help a lot. At the Shriner Center up in Boston, all cancer kids, and it would help out there.
And fund that money into banks where now there's more money accessible for loans for people to own homes.
I know, but
in a way that's, do we put that onus on the greatest capitalists of the country? Why are they? Why are they the burden of taking care of everybody else? I mean, they're talking about it on the news, how the blue states are taking care of the red states.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it their obligation to do it. And it's just, you go back to capitalism. Why should the richest of the rich be obligated to take care of everybody else?
They're not obligated it, but why is there? Because the way the capitalist system is, money makes money.
Yeah.
So for an example, if I want to run for office, I can't because I don't have the money.
And I'm
Why
right there with you.
It's the only person that could run for office. So we're not honestly, I don't think we'll ever get the best candidate to run for office because the best candidate probably doesn't have the money to run for office.
Yeah, Obama wasn't the richest guy in the world, but he was handpicked by numerous people to run.
They backed him.
Yeah, so now
he had the money.
He was able to get all that money.
If he didn't have the money, he wouldn't be in that position.
In the younger years of Reagan, you know, he was that dude, you know, so they fund him. But what about us? What if we want to run? We should be in Congress, right? Have a congressional podcast right in fucking, excuse my language, right in the building. Why can't we do that, right?
I mean, if I can get someone to fund me, I'd run for office.
I would.
I think about it too. To be honest with you.
We're doing things, we're discussing things on this podcast probably all day, every day on social media to try to solve problems. But guess what? I wouldn't mind sitting in that seat and debating and going back and forth. Why can't we do it? I know there's numerous politicians that are across the board that are not smarter than us, that don't have better solutions than us, but they're there. So
because they have money, and a lot of times they probably
money.
It comes from old money. It's like, for like all due respect, I deliver in Fairhaven, and I be driving around, and I be delivering these good people where I live. I'm driving around, and I realize this is all old money, man. Ain't no new money out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Here and there, you're starting to see people from outside of our area coming in. But at the end of the day, this is all old money, man. These people been here for years, generation of years. This is all old money. I could just look at the houses. I could look like this is all old money.
And those houses are getting sold in that town only because
big money.
Bobby and Mary, and they're in California. I'm not moving to the East Coast, and I don't want to rent to anybody. Guess what? I'll sell it. All right, 600,000 coming my way, you know, and voila, and it's gone. You know, that's the only.
Oh, waterfront property.
Yeah,
Fairhaven is beautiful.
Oh, it is.
Fairhaven's nice.
Yeah, the center of Fairhaven.
Oh, it's nice.
One of my favorite places.
So you go down that neck.
Yep. I watch. You know what? But I'm driving. I'm looking. I'm looking at a house or an area that looks beautiful, and so I may look and scope out a house, you know, and I hope nobody has any kind of perception that I'm trying to break in or whatever. But I'm looking at it because I'm so amazed that, Mr. So and so, you did a great job on the edge job. Oh, I love it. You know, look at the bell windows. That's crazy. And I'm looking at it, enjoying it. But guess what? Sometimes you may go and.
It's for me when I first started, not anymore, but when I first started working in that area, I look and I'm like, you'd be surprised how much nice houses in there. You go down that neck and he's got some nice, and they're building more more areas and everything like that because it's coming a popular spot because Fairhaven's nice.
Yeah, no, Fairhaven's nice.
It's nice.
It's crazy how early those residents get up, right? Back long time ago when I used to do a part-time job and deliver the Standard Times, and I'm loading up my papers in that propane truck, doing my thing, and it's real early, real late, and all of a sudden, like, hey, how you doing? I scared the shit out of me. I'm like, what the hell you doing up so early like this, right? But they're out there, they're walking, getting their calisthenics, they're doing things, but great time.
Did you see the summer people come there for the summer and they get the summer holes on West Island?
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes I aggravate me because I'm working and they're on vacation, and they're like they're just some people just drive down here just to look at the houses and stuff like that. I'm like, will you hurry up, man? Like, yo, you're chilling. I need to work, man.
Yeah, no, that's a great community.
Yeah, it is a great community. So, but this is my observation. This ain't new money. This is old money. These are people that have been there for years and generational wealth that's over. And a lot of people don't have those resources to even attempt to have properties like that in that area, you know? And, you know, I feel like that, I don't know. I just feel like in this country, the cost of living is becoming too high. So things have to change dramatically for people, or we're going to get more crime. We're going to get like the society is going to get worse, and you can't keep on being reactive to every single problem. Jail is not jail is not always the solution, in my opinion.
But I mean, just what are they going to do to change the cost of living?
Stop being greedy.
Like the rents, the housing costs.
Everybody's being
the cost of right. But yeah, no, you're right. Everything.
Agree.
I mean, look at
so that's why it needs social, because people are not going to be morally say, I'm not going to raise the prices. So guess what? We'll do it for you. You only can make this much. If you're going to depend on people's morals these days to make the right moral decision, it's out the window, man. People don't care about other people as much as they you anymore, in my opinion.
So let me ask you something. Do you think there's a difference between Jeff Bezos, like, you know, he's making more money hand over fist, right? Is there a difference between him making money doesn't really affect you and I so much, right? But say like the pharmaceutical companies that's charging me, you know, $1 bazillion for a pill that he makes for a nickel, that's affecting me and 1 million other people. So that person I'm more angry at, say, the pharmaceutical company,
Big Pharma,
making big money off of the backs of everyone more than Jeff Bezos just making money.
Aren't they both under the same umbrella? Because Jeff Bezos is partnering up with these pharmaceutical companies to sell these products on his platform for him to make money.
You can buy drugs
if you go to a pharmacy.
Oh, I didn't know.
The thing is,
I didn't see that on Amazon.
You can have a FaceTime with you know, there's a thing that on Prime you can do that. I never used it. I saw a commercial for it.
I'm a frequent shopper at Amazon, and I'm glad they're there, you know.
Oh yeah.
And but Big Pharma is crazy.
You understand my point, Tyler?
I really do understand.
You're not wrong with what you're saying.
Yeah. So
it's just like for an example, like they try to unionize Amazon. They don't want to unionize Amazon because then you're gonna have to you're gonna have wages that is constructive to cost of living.
Yeah, and
then you're gonna provide health insurance. This is what the union fights for, and this is where the economy is coming. A lot of people need to understand. I work for UPS. No, they did. They started offering people buyouts out of their thing.
Yeah,
it's a bullshit buyout. I ain't taking it.
Yeah,
but they're offering buyouts because the things are changing.
What would the buyout do? Like what's the point?
A buyout will be like they'll offer you a certain amount of money to just leave the job. So if I want to leave the job, I get the buyout they offered. I'll leave the job, right? I'll still get my retirement when my retirement age, how many years I put in.
Yeah.
So they'll give me a certain amount of money. The money they're offering is change. It'll last me not even maybe a year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. So it's stupid, but they want to they're cutting they want to cut their what's the
payroll?
Yeah, invested. The invested
payroll.
People, they're trying to get rid of them.
Yeah, they're trying to get rid of especially people like me where I'm at
yeah. So they want to hire someone 25 years old,
younger,
half that price.
Yeah. Where like you have me where like I'm 30 years in. I'm at top rate.
Yeah.
I'm a student. There's still more to go because we just got a new contract.
Yeah.
So like, I'm expensive to them.
Yeah.
Versus I could get a younger kid, right? He has to go through the whole progression again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they could bank off of that. I understand the business mindset, what they're doing, but at the same time, for an example, you had the person that it runs UPS now who was running Home Depot. She comes in the right time during COVID. Everybody's using our service. People say, "Wow, how great our service is!" So now the company is making record-breaking profit, right?
Yep.
She didn't really do anything, but she was ahead of the table. Gave herself a 50% raise. She went from making probably $17 million a year to 20-something million a year.
Yeah, that is just wild.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It is.
But while we're out there at 10 o'clock at night during COVID every day, did we get any extra money?
No.
No. And then when we want to fight for money when our contract's up, they're giving us a hard time.
Yeah, where you have thousands of drivers where the reason why the product is getting 5 stars is because Mr. Carter's delivering for them. Mr. Ray's delivering
some
for
people
them.
on my route that may not like me because
Mr. Demers is
entitlement behavior, but that's all right, yo. You can't survive all of them. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'm just using my job as an example of how what the world is coming to. Like especially in the e-commerce, and you got ChatGPT coming in here. You have all this technology you're coming in that it's taking away jobs. So you like even the educational system, we got to teach more technology savvy to learn how to maneuver this stuff, but that's being proactive, not reactive. Because I feel like, I don't know, we're gonna come into a situation where it's gonna be the elites, and it's gonna be has been. There's gonna be a war.
Well, I mean, I feel like the gap it does widening a little bit, but I think it always has been doing that over time. It's not something that's just been happening in the last 6 months or whatever, year or whatever. I feel like over time, it widens up a little.
Yeah, but and also if you look at the internet, like they always says, "Oh, this person bought this house for so and so $1 million," or they're pushing it in your face and slapping in the face, and it's making you feel like it's unattainable.
Right.
But people it's called the 1% for a reason. You got a 1% chance that you're gonna become that person. Me, I'm in a part of my life where I just want to be financially secure. I don't want to be a millionaire. I don't want to be all this other stuff. Give me financially secure. Like I'll go out and work for my money, but I want to be financially secure.
Yeah.
I don't need to be a multimillionaire. Would I like to be? Of course I would. Do I need to be? No, I don't.
You can take your trips all the time.
Yeah, I just need resources to take my trips.
Yeah.
I just need resources to take my trips and enjoy my life. I also feel like life should be equal balance of work and home. So home work life, that's being tough. You go when you have two incomes coming in and it's still not enough, you still got to work. That's not right. It should be we should live where there's one income is enough. Because now if you have both parents working and you want to have a family, but you can't be a family, you can't be a parent because you both got to work.
Well, I mean, I think we're based on 2-income society. Our society is based on 2 incomes.
Why it was never like that? It wasn't like that in your era?
Well, because a house costs $12,000.
Why is it going up? Why is a house that is worth 400,000? You're a realtor. Why is a house 400,000 and people are spending 600, 700, 800,000 on a house that's not even worth that?
Yeah, listen, I got no answers. No, I mean, I don't understand. It went crazy. I mean, supply and demand, but it really jacked up from like 2018 to like now.
Because it's supply and demand. When there's not many good houses out there. So you could raise the prices because you got more customers than product.
Yeah, there's people. There's not many houses in the market
like that. Why aren't we building homes? It's to a point where it's like I don't get it because something has to give.
Well, you could. If I had 50 grand and I just told a general contractor, "Do you have the supplies to build this house?" Yeah. All right, here's 50 grand. Build it for me. And they can build the same house for that 50 grand that's $500,000. Very easily. But it's got to be in his yard. We've got to have the manpower. And guess what? Let's build this house. You give him 50 grand, or tell him, look, build me a house. It's 50 grand. And if you do that, I'll give you $1 million. And they'll build that house for 50 grand. And they'll be motivated. Yeah, I want to get $1 million, right? I got this, I got that, I get that. You know, it's crazy how much.
I just don't.
How cars have been so expensive, right? Houses, everything. But me growing up in the 70s, car was all metal, and now it's all plastic, but it costs more.
It costs more.
And because it has a computer like this phone inside of it to control it, just amazing. But everything that we're talking about, and the reason why we got to work, you know, we have 2 incomes in the household, and it's all based on taxes. And if we can control the way taxes are going, then we'll be able to get better prices. Because if the federal guideline or federal what's that percentage, once it goes to federal level, it just trickles down to the state, then to the cities, and then to the town.
Let me ask you, Chad, don't you think that all states should pay state taxes?
I think if y'all asking for money from the federal government, then you should pay taxes. If you're not asking for money, then
as a state,
as a state. Like if I'm not asking for money, if I'm not asking Uncle Sam to give me money to straighten out my highways, my infrastructure, guess what? Then I shouldn't pay taxes. But I just think if you're not asking, then all right.
I think all states should pay their own state taxes, right? To contribute to, that's the money that run their state, right?
Yep.
I think that we as America would tax too much. We're tax on everything, you know. We're tax on a gum.
Way too much.
We're just like, if you really just think about how much money the government makes, it's not just your income taxes that's taken out of your check. You're being taxed on everything you do. Everything
after you pay taxes on it.
Yeah, after you pay
taxes on your money.
That's
just
totally
on a simple
wrong.
thing like a car. All right, you purchase a car from Lamont Ferguson, and guess what? You're gonna give a down payment. You're gonna pay a sales tax. Then you're gonna get your car registered. You're gonna pay a registry tax.
Yeah, inspected.
Yep, inspected. You're gonna pay another tax.
You're forcing me to do something. I'm buying a car that a necessity that I work my own money. I gotta pay you to buy this car,
and then you get an excise tax.
Yeah.
What the hell is an excise tax?
Absolutely nothing.
So I was in sticker shock. So I had like an F-150.
Yep.
Okay. And I rode it to the ground, like $180,000, 180,000 miles, right? And my excise tax was like, cost me like nothing, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna treat myself. I bought a brand new car. Okay, let me tell you something. I got that first excise tax bill. I almost fell. Okay, it was like $780 or something. I'm like, what? Because I didn't realize that it was based on like. So my point, I guess, was saying that is, now I have a brand new car. So the emissions are great. I should be paying less than a car with 150,000 miles on it, because you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because like my old Mustang, I was smoking up the whole neighborhood.
Yeah,
but your car, I'm not gonna smell it. But my Mustang, if it went down Union Street, you're gonna know it came by. Because
so why is it based on like the value of your car or something? It's just another way for them to like extort money from you. That's what it is.
It's basically saying, oh, you have money to pay this money. It's too much.
It's extortion, bro.
Yeah,
it is.
I think so.
It is.
Body stop when we can.
You would think if you limited the taxes, people have more money to,
put back into society.
Put back in society for the economy.
Yeah,
like.
That's true.
Which you put more money in the economy, then that means there's more jobs. More jobs helps limit crime.
Yeah. I mean,
the same type of crime that the tax dollars is trying to help to be force people to be accountable for.
Yeah,
it all comes full circle.
Well, I mean, you are not to change the subject, but you are talking a little bit about like, when they want to keep the taxes down for the rich, because then they buy yachts. Well, people employ people to build yachts. So it is that's a full circle too. You know what I'm saying? Because the more money that they spend money, and
yeah,
that,
but yeah,
that creates
it's 1% of
jobs.
people getting a yacht. Why? I'd rather have the middle class when you have a bunch of boats.
I know. I'm saying like people like build the yachts. Not even like a yacht, but people building houses.
Yeah,
and
they gotta hire electricians, carpenters, plastic guys, so that
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
But I'd rather have 100 people able to hire those people than just 5.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's more people working. That's more people contributing, and those people are working and making money. That this. So our capitalist system is built to money to flow through society.
So let's just keep taxes down for everybody.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying, right across the board.
I think it should be a straight flat rate.
Yeah.
But I think also there should be federal tax, state tax on every state. And it's a flat rate.
Yeah, and then that's it.
And that's it.
And that's it.
That's it. No matter what. So if it's 20% and you make $1 billion, it's 20% $1 billion, bro.
Yep. I tell you what.
Right?
It would. It's the reason why we're going through all this madness financially is because of the taxes. But they won't let us control it as citizens of this country. It's all being delegated by, whoever we elected. But it's just terrible that we have to go through this. People are really stressed out. I've seen some people that are like going through a lot, and can't pay for a lot of things from all parts of life, right? Complaining left and right. And that it shouldn't happen that way. This country is supposed to be the richest one in richest country in the world, and too many people struggling. But I don't know.
I mean, I read an article one time where we're like in like the 50% tax bracket.
Yeah.
Like you think your tax bracket is, 27% or whatever it is. That's when you cash your check, whatever, right? The 20. Yeah. But then after that, all the shit you pay after that, you're like 50%.
Oh yeah.
You go to a restaurant, tax. Anything you buy, tax. Excise tax.
Yeah, I mean, like what? I think I paid 29.
Exactly.
I try to bring it down every like I looked at it. I says I think it's around 29.5% of my income tax that I get paid. I get charged with. Now all depends. Everybody's in their different tax brackets and stuff like that. But
that's a lot of money.
That's a lot. I'm telling you, it's a lot of money.
But you know what?
29.5% of my check.
Yeah.
Yo.
But that being said, okay, fine. Like stop it at that point. But then every time you go out,
you're being taxed.
You're being taxed everything. Right. That's what I'm saying. Excise tax.
And then you're expected to tip. Now they're gonna add that. Some companies they're adding tip all automatically.
Yeah. So you're not at
crazy.
You're not at 29%.
Yeah.
You're at 50%.
Yeah. I was catching a flight in Fort Lauderdale, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was the same when I went there. I went to the same airport, and I was so used to giving a tip, and I realized I gave him a tip on top of the 80% automatic gratuity. Now it should be my choice, right?
Yeah.
To give you what I wanted for my money. Yeah. But no, they already added the gratuity. I remembered this time because I went to the same place that had a burger because I had a layover, and I said, well, oh yeah, 18%. All right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it was 18% off a $20 meal, but it's like, and usually I leave 20% anyway, but they automatically do that, and that was used to be a South Florida thing, right? Well, I don't know if they did it in any other country. I'm sure they did it in Vegas and places like that. Now they're doing it here. They're doing it in Rhode Island. Yeah. Automatic.
For years, I did it this way. I don't care what I ate, how I ate. I was just leaving $5 on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And that was for a long, long time. That's all you're getting from me. That's all you're getting. I'm going to give it to you. That's all you're going to get. And then, but what if that's all I got in my pocket? Just that $5. What if the gratuity of 18% is more than what I got in my pocket?
Can you deny that? Can you deny that automatic gratuity? I would think you too, because it's not part of the bill.
Yeah, I think you have an argument. You know, I didn't order it. I came here to order this. I came here to order this burger, and you made it for me, and I paid you.
Yeah.
Just because you have staff, guess what? Leave it at the counter over there after the chef makes it, and I'll walk over there and get it.
Yeah.
Hey, Charlie, your order. Like, we go to Five Guys. They call your number. 69, Berto's favorite number. And then he goes up there and he gets his food, right?
But I'll tell you right now, I seen robots.
Yeah, but you're
come serve you your food.
Yeah.
You're choosing to go to a place like that, Five Guys.
Yeah.
But when you go to like a nice sit-down restaurant and someone's serving you,
yeah,
you know, I can see you pay the tip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I pay 20, but minimum 20% wherever I go.
Yeah. I'm usually 13 to 15%.
Yeah.
But if I get good smiles and a V-neck, sorry, Michelle. If I get good smile, courtesy, boom. Me and Michelle, we're gonna tip the person pretty good. You know, she's a little stingy with her tips sometimes. So I'll probably give more.
Yeah, 20%. It's, you know, that's what I do.
So it says no because you have to pay the automatic gratuity, but it says gratuity is usually put on the bill when it's a larger party, so you have to pay for it. But then it says,
I agree.
Then I asked if for one person, it says no. Automatic gratuity is generally not added for a party of one.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, automatic gratuity, also known as a service charge, is typically applied to large parties, usually groups of 6 or more, to ensure servers are compensated fairly for the increased workload associated with the large tables, according to the restaurant resources. So, I wonder if that's even legal. Is it legal? Let me ask you. Is it legal to give automatic gratuity to a party of one? I don't know. Yes, it is legal to apply automatic gratuity to a party of one through its uncommon. Though is uncommon, generally is not the industry standard. Yeah. Why we live in America.
So guess what?
Why typically used to a large parties to ensure service and I can't even say that word, compensated for their work. Some restaurants are choosing to apply to all parties regardless of size. Automatic gratuity is legal in the U.S. provided it's clearly disclosed to the customer. That's what I'm saying. It's
so as long as they put it in the menu, gratuity automatically.
Yeah.
So us 3 and 3 others, we go to the Black Whale, and all right, let's sit at the bar. You get your bill, you get yours, I get mine.
Well, you still pay a tip at the
body is sick.
Do you still pay a tip at the bar?
Yeah.
Oh, you still get the automatic gratuity.
Whatever I want. Oh, see.
Oh, it's yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not beating the system, man. But that's greedy America for you.
Wait, listen, you ain't going to the Black Whale and finding 6 bar seats. I can tell you that.
Yeah. We'll get there early.
Black Whale's my spot, yo. I like Black Whale.
That's my favorite spot. Like Saturday nights, I'm at the Black Whale.
Yeah.
That's like my new thing.
You ever notice, Charlie, you go to Black Whale? You go to Black Whale at all?
Yeah.
You ever notice like there's not that many black people there?
Listen, hold on.
It's called Black Whale for a reason.
Hey, listen. No,
I love it.
It's a nice place. You got good food.
No, hold on. Hold on.
Where do black people eat?
I was there last night, Saturday night, and I thought of you. You know why I thought of you?
Why?
Because there was so many black people in there.
Was there?
I swear to God.
Shit,
dude, I swear to God.
My tribe was up in there?
There was so many black people there last night.
They weren't from the area. They're probably visiting. They're probably coming off the boat, Martha's Vineyard and shit. Yeah, they'll come off the boat, Martha's Vineyard, yo.
There was a couple of parties. No, you're right. You could be right. There was a couple of parties like all dressed up.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I thought of you because there was a lot of black
people. Convenient, right? It's not. It's either go up the hill or go to the Black Whale.
That's a prime spot.
I love the Black Whale.
Oh, I love it too. It's
yeah.
I'm joking around, but a lot of times when you go on Black Whale, not that many black people. You're like, yo, where do black people go eat?
That's the first. That place is first time I tried oysters was from the Black Whale.
Black Whale, yeah.
And I've never ate them in my life until I went there, and it was good. I'm a little reluctant now because I found out that the oysters are alive when you eat them.
Oh, for real?
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
you sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
Look, Siri, watch this. Talk to her like Steve Lowe.
You eating livestock? Damn.
Siri. I'll find it out. But
wow, I didn't know that.
yeah.
No, they should have too. They should have a nice food festival downtown.
They do.
No, but like lock down the streets, like from
like the cobblestones.
Yeah, from I want to say is it Pleasant? Yeah.
Well, I like the thing
block
they do.
Pleasant.
Yeah,
and in the cobblestone area, so you can have with that courtyard that's over there, so you can have put some food trucks on, so people can walk in the streets. And all, and all the restaurants can stay open and everything like that, and have like a day of like, you know, you can even have an entrance fee to go in there.
I believe it's South Coast something business association. They rent out Madeira Field, and then they have different tables there, and they're cooking. But no,
you should have it downtown. All the bars down there, like everybody have outside seating, like the middle of the summer, and you know, it's just I think a nice food, because especially in this area where it has such a diversity.
Yeah, they do that now though. They have like sometimes an outdoor concert at that park.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I heard like, and I just found this out, like the city they're reluctant to do it, but they should have food trucks there. They should make it a big thing, but they don't. They don't. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. They have an opportunity. They have an opportunity down. Like they do like the 50s night or whatever.
Yeah,
it's always successful, right, Charlie?
Yeah.
Why don't they promote that more and do more stuff downtown? Showcase the city. Like if the city's done a lot down there, why don't they make it even better?
But they also got to do things too to cater to the next generation. Could I say?
Like, what do you mean?
I don't know.
Oh, music. Yep, I agree. There should be a different type of music. Like sometimes it's selective of what music goes on there.
Yeah,
it's jazz or
you
know. In this case, a few weeks ago, it was reggae.
Right.
Why can't I have a rock band down there? Even a country
you
band.
can have different stages,
something different.
Yeah.
Well, it's and see, you guys, I know you both have been to different places where you go to different, even in Newport, you go to Newport and there's a band here. You go to another spot, there's another band. So you're hearing a bunch of music, and they could do that down here. But the thing is that the boards that are down here and doing the music festivals are very selective of who they pick. And it's too bad. I think that we have a gem in this downtown area where we can walk.
Yeah, like you lock down.
It's just amazing, you know.
All those restaurants, all those bars, all the culture that the city can offer. For one day, shut down those streets, and where people could walk around and experience different types of cultures, all the way down from like Pleasant Street, all the way down to the end of the waterfront, like where
Black Whale
with New Beiges and like you know, and what's that? Those the one that has tapas. Oh, it's a nice place.
Right across the street from New Beige.
No, down on the bottom, right?
Right at the bottom.
Yeah,
on the
those two. Those two restaurants.
Yeah,
I can never think of the name.
Yeah, and because they renovated their stuff. Yeah, it looks nice. That's nice. So, all right, let's end it right here.
Is this the end? I gotta know. Is this the end?
Yes, this is the end of another episode of the Frequency Live on WMB1 Radio. So, final thoughts here. So, you know, what you guys thinking, guys? We've been back 2 shows in a row.
Yeah. Good show tonight, Charlie. Welcome back.
Welcome back, Charlie.
Thank you.
He came in hard.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it. You know, it's but go ahead, finish that.
No, I was gonna say it was a good show. Always good to be back, and we're gonna get some guests on, and
we're
gonna have fun this fall.
Yeah, hey, Cape Verdean associations throughout the city of New Bedford. It's time to wake up. I'm gonna start checking you, and and now there's gonna be another association being formed. So if you want to be a member, you want to be part of the board, please get in touch with me. and we're going to form our own association and do the right thing when it comes to being inclusive, right? So, but that's going to start, and I'd say by the end of the year that will be running and operating, and I can't wait.
Know who I want, Charlie? Can you try to work on this too? And I want. He won't do it, but I think he might do it if we can get both of them together. Is Tony Estevez and Rob Mendes.
Yeah, I would love that. I've been trying since I had the podcast since 2020 to get those guys together and talk shop and just share some stories, you know. I would love that.
Like Tony doesn't want to talk. He's like he doesn't want to do it, but maybe it'd be a little bit intriguing if he does it with Rob.
Yeah,
because those two,
they have some great conversations. You sit and talk, and then like one thing about Tony is his history and what he knows, and we just start talking about different things. It's just amazing. Rob, another one. I mean, he's always got some crazy stories. And I would love that, just to beat the
best athletes in this area had to come through one of them or both of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this story is this like you those two had to have some type of influence on you when you was growing up in this area.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And to have them that'll be a good show.
Iconic show.
Iconic show. I saw Tony because he like we have the same with family, and he was at a cookout with my godson's now.
Yeah.
And he was there. I was gonna sit down and ask him. I was gonna try to like really try to like, come on, Tony, come on. You know what I'm saying? And like because I played for him, and like he had a big influence in my life as far as like, athletics is concerned and stuff. And, he's probably, one of the first people that believe in my athletic ability. And it helped me, give me confidence in my life and my athletic ability to perform. Him and Bush Firmino were the two that I can remember who had, if Bush Firmino was alive, that would have been another guest to have on here. But I would like to have like them two on, I also want to I got an idea that I want to work on. I want to with you guys, involve you guys on a different aspect of it. Is I've talked to Ramon, and I want to do a panel, I want to do a series, but I want to get a different panel where it's a panel of men. All right. Like for the first show, I want to do something about men in this community.
Yeah.
The responsibilities, fatherhood, being a father, what does that entail as men, as men? And I want to have another show where it talks about entrepreneurship, men.
Yeah.
Talk about men in the mindset of, your upbringing, things that you should know, we don't know, what you might know, what you didn't know, what you learned through conversation on entrepreneurship, but a different panel. Get another panel of people that's involved in the community.
Yeah.
Get someone like Derek, Baptiste, or They Can Say Show.
Yeah.
Like these people come in, and that'll be that panel. We'll talk about community. And then I would like to get some like people that became very successful outside this area. Someone like, Scott and Hector of the Funky Bunch. Like people like that who have reached heights, outside of this area, and their experiences and how they came about. And I want to call it the Men in the Port. So it's like we'll do it on location in Port Royal.
Yep.
Smoking our cigars, drinking our yacht, and have a conversation. I got the idea from I watched a clip with Tyler Perry, Kurt Franklin, Young Jesus, and other young gentlemen, and they were just talking about just having conversations amongst men.
Yeah.
To really understand, and you're listening to them and talking to them, and they're and how they created a mindset to become successful, you know, and I took a lot from that, and I felt like we could do that and more of like, obviously they're Tyler Perry and all those people higher scale, but on a lower scale that, you know, maybe it could set a groundwork for someone to in this community. So I want to do like a 4-part series. It's a series thing, not something we're going to do on a consistent basis. It'll be on the radio. I want to involve what's his name, that
Davy Joe.
Yep, I spoke to him. I got to get in contact with him. We got to figure out time to sit down where we could have put on Instagram, we could put it on YouTube, put it on Facebook, and we're just sitting there, sipping out whiskey, smoking our cigars, and talking as men, the men in the port.
It's a great idea.
You know?
I really I like that idea.
Yeah.
So
all right.
Hey.
So I want to thank all our listeners, all our watchers. Let me get this because
these people are lucky. August 13th passed because I'd be running for office.
Ooh.
Definitely lucky.
So that was the deadline, August 13th.
Yeah, they're lucky because I would have put my papers in, and I don't care how long it took. I would have got my signatures, and but all you counselors out there, you are lucky because you know what? I would have kicked your ass.
There's always next year.
Mic drop. All right, let's thank all our listeners and all our watchers. We'll be back again next week, and Charlie might come even harder. He might come even harder. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Have a good night.
Right, thank you.
Nadie la ve así como mis ojos la ven. La quiero conmigo, quiero que sea mi mujer. Yo la vi en un party, ahí fue donde me enamoré. Después